Clancy is here, but how does it stack up against other 21 Pilots albums? Let's dissect. Let's start with Blurry Face, and these three songs right here, my god, they're an anthem for a generation. But to some, maybe the genre hopping could feel a little bit scattered. Blurry Face really transcended genre. You have elements of hip-hop, pop, rock, punk, even maybe a little bit of reggae, and even post-hardcore. These seemingly disparate elements blended together so perfectly to create a dynamic listening experience with a song to suit any mood. The album centers around Blurry Face, a metaphorical embodiment of Tyler Joseph's insecurities. Blurry Face manifests throughout the record, his distorted vocals pitched higher or lower, adding another layer to the narrative. For me, this album really introduced me to 21 Pilots. I was just blown away by Josh Dunn's drumming and Tyler Joseph's vocals. And I also loved the use of instruments we don't typically find in the alternative music genre. And Heavy Dirty Soul remains one of my all-time favourite songs by 21 Pilots. Moving straight on to Trench, it's a dark, cohesive masterpiece. Jumpsuit and Levitate will haunt your dreams in the best way, and the emotional songwriting, the hints of reggae, rock, punk, and slower ballads tie the work cohesively as individual songs to bring the album together. The whole storyline, continuing on from Blurry Face into Trench, really added to the intrigue of this album and the band as a whole. Trench truly built a world and really introduced us to the many talents of Tyler and Josh, and it's one of the only albums that I find myself not skipping a single track. Also, I saw this show live and in Sydney, and it was amazing. It blew my breath away, and Tyler Joseph appeared right above me. It was pretty awesome. This one's a lighter, more carefree sound, but some fans miss the heavier elements, and I have to agree, I did too. Scaled and Icy was almost like a summer track, and it was a departure from the band's previous heavier sound, heavier, more rock sound, and emotional depth. In my opinion, it lacked that. Now, this moving away from their more heavier, emotional, darker stuff might have been intentional. It's always nice to see bands branch out of, genres, but I think with Scaled and Icy, they just took it that little bit too far, unfortunately. I do have to say, though, I still love The Outside, Redecorate, and Shy Away, but as an album, it's just not my favourite song for song. Finally, we move on to Clancy, a genre-bending journey. The earlier tracks released, like Overcompensate and Next Semester, even Backslide, really hinted a return to form for 21 Pilots, and for this, I think this was really welcomed by the fans. Clancy's diversity is exciting, and I do think it captures the band's other sounds, the sound of the other album. In a way, it feels like Clancy even takes it that step above the other albums, like it's like an amalgamation of them all, but yet goes a step further. I really think they aced it on this one. They were able to make songs that didn't sound like each other, yet all had a certain sound about them that, hinted back at their older stuff. This album for me is very, very close to unskippable. I do have to say that for some reason I do find myself skipping the slower ballads like Snapback and The Craving. Sorry. So what's the verdict? Clancy is a unique addition to the 21 Pilots legacy and is fast becoming a favourite amongst fans. You can read my in-depth album review on the album over at Heavy Mag Australia. But I want to know, what's your favourite 21 Pilots album? Let me know down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Tell me.